podcast will start in 3, 2, 1.
You guys are rolling.
Welcome to the Unqualified Professionals.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Hey.
All right, you
Yes,
guys
sir.
looking at, all right. So this is a new app. We'll see how that works out. I don't know. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Is it recording with this note on here? Hold on.
I wonder why it has like 12% and 3%. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
What are you talking about?
There's a percentage like on your left
Yeah.
or right corner.
Oh,
It's like 99%.
I know it ain't my battery.
Oh, that's your head. That's your head.
My
That's
what?
in the I guess because the camera focuses like on you. So if you're too close,
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. What's the quality? How do you see the quality? Like, are you pixelated or is it my Wi-Fi or?
no, like on my side, it's super clear.
But everybody else, does everybody else look clear?
Hey, you should try closing those
know what?
Pornhub tabs.
There's nothing open. Stuff. It might be yours that are open.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, now everything's more clear now.
All right. Well, you know what? We've been recording for like a minute, but we have Nathan on again. So I think Nathan's going to become more of like the NFL reviewer just because of the NFL the games that are going on right now. So what I want to do is review kind of what happened like in the last one. So Nathan, what did you see like in the last one from Williams? What did you see differently? What did you see that might help him out like in the future? Only because I mean, from your eyes, you see football way differently than we do. I mean, we're just fans over here, so you might see things that we don't like recognize. So what do
Man.
you what did you see like on your side?
Man, on my side, I saw a team that is battle tested at the end of games. Like Caleb has pulled out close games in 7 at the, what is it? Like number I think that was his 7th
Yeah, 7 games.
end of the game. Like
Yeah.
He's won 7 of those at the end of the game. I think at this point it's kind of proof in the pudding that you want him to have the ball last, and if he does have the ball last, he's going to make some plays. I think it was interesting watching one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, Tom Brady, break down Caleb, but then the best breakdown came from former Bear Urlacher, where he was like giving him his praise and props about how he rolled out, and I think he compared them, and this is the first time I saw this comparison, and I was like, okay, I get that to me fits. They gave him the Brett Favre comparison.
Oh, Brett Favre?
So where
yeah.
they gave him comparison to Brett Favre, and I was like, you know what, that does fit. Some of it might be unorthodox, but the man escapes the pocket and then he gets outside the pocket and makes a line drive throw to somebody down the sideline, on the left sideline. And at that point, it's like, all right, you can't really deny the end of the game magic from him. So
speaking of that, what you just said, how he rolls out, right? And he's running away. Like, I think that was like a 4th and 8, wasn't it? 4th and 8?
I think it was 4th and 8.
So like he was 4th and 8 and he rolls out, right? And they're throwing, and he's got basically both of his legs off the floor.
Yeah.
And the outline of his body was kind of like the Jumpman logo from like MJ. Or that's
Man,
what people keep saying.
Anytime rolling to your left doing that is hard enough. Then you add the pressure to the situation, which makes it even 10 times harder. Then you add the elements, because let's not forget that he playing in cold weather. It was snowing right before that game.
Right.
So just being able to do that Tom Brady talked about it on the broadcast, where it even changes how most quarterbacks hold the football. So just being able to factor all of that in, and then like you said, it's 4th and 8, and my man rolls out to the left and just drops an absolute dime on one of the receivers.
That was happening. When that was happening, I wasn't even nervous. Like I was watching, but I was not even nervous. Like Where before, if that would have been Fields, if that would have been Jay Cutler, if that would have been Jim Miller, if that would have been anyone else, I would. Well, this is not happening again. The Bears are gonna go for, but or yeah, for now. But when that was happening, and he made it, I was like, well, of course, I knew that was gonna happen. So don't you
Oh
get that
yeah.
feeling from him? When he actually does that? Don't you get that feeling where like, okay, he's gonna make something happen?
No, definitely. He always gonna make something happen. And it's funny you say that though, because I feel like a lot of people feel like that about Caleb. And I don't know where that came from because I mean, when you really, really break him down from a technical standpoint, there is a lot of work that he can do. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding. The man just keep winning games. So I think at this point he has a little bit of the Mahomes factor where it's like, yo, I'm confident in seeing him with the ball at the end of the game, thinking that hey, if he has the ball, we have a chance. You know, so
Right.
that's kind of dope.
So shout out with Sogo. I don't know if you know Sogo. Sogo's like a local brand, make like a designer, like
I got to just
a
show with that
hoodie.
sound on
Do you know Sogo?
No, I was agreeing with you. So they
Oh, but
local.
they're local, and the owner, his name is Mike, and he actually made the Iceman, and it's the last. So this is like the moment of the fourth and name moment,
Oh, that's
and
dope.
like the sweatshirt say that he made recently for that game.
That's dope.
So
I
shout
gotta
out, but
I gotta show you some Bears merch that I made, man.
oh
Let's
yeah,
see it.
yeah, show us, man.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of it when we get up.
But you know what?
Oh, nice.
But you know what has me thinking? What
Nice.
comes to mind when you think of Ben Johnson and Williams?
I definitely Phil and Mike. Definitely Phil and Mike.
Okay.
So like, it's like Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. Like you could tell they needed each other.
So you know what's funny? You say that, right?
Yeah.
I actually, and I was looking for it a little while ago, but you're absolutely correct. And I had it in here thinking I can show you guys, and now can't find it obviously. You're you're 100% right. Like the last thing I have in my head of when I used to watch like MJ, Bill and Mike was that feeling where everything was gonna be fine. Like yeah, I was a fan and I was like, you know what? They're gonna do their thing. Let's just see what's gonna happen.
Yep.
And like that's the same thing I feel with like Ben Johnson and Williams when they're out there. Like, and that's actually kind of like the same thing I feel actually with Loveland too, because for some
Yep.
reason Loveland is always the guy to just like you know what, pass me the ball.
That's our grunt. That's our grunt. That's our guy down the center
Hey,
of the
I need to
field,
give
man.
props
My
to
man.
you.
Anytime you throwing the ball, huh?
I gotta give props to you for actually calling the game last week. You were right on
Hey.
that.
Oh yeah, man. That was man. Wow.
4
That
points,
was
baby.
unbelievable. No, I'm not
4
gonna
points,
lie.
baby.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not watch any. Well, I watched a very small bit of it, but I was keeping an eye on the score because that was gonna determine when I was gonna head back out to go do what I have to do. And I was like, whoa. And then Etienne and I we were in contact after the game, and I was like, unbelievable that you called
Yeah,
it. Like
man.
4 points. You called it.
Look
That
at
was wow. That was almost spot on. I was like, wow, you can't get closer than that.
look. I had my little yeah fly in that night too. So like right after the game, we was in the hotel. And I was like, babe, you know, I think I predicted the score. And I'm telling Shorty, like, yeah, we gonna win by 4. And if we do, you know, drinks is on you tonight.
So NaPalm, actually, what you were saying about Phil Jackson, like MJ. So this is what I popped in on ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
I said,
Oh yeah.
make
Oh,
me a
yeah.
photo. Make me a photo of Phil Jackson with Caleb.
Oh,
No,
that's fine.
but you're absolutely right, man. That's the same feeling that I get from watching the Bears now is the same feeling that I used to get when I was younger watching the Bulls.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then again,
Man,
Yeah.
Man, this Bears team has done so much for the city. I think the other day I read that this is the first time they've had the lowest rate of crime in
Yeah.
Chicago since 1960 something. It was like
I believe it.
1965 or something like that. And it's a beautiful thing that every time I get online, I see so many of my friends and just bear fandom. It's just pandemonium, bear fandom. All my friends are on podcasts talking about it. All my artist friends are outside talking about it. Some of my rapping friends have made songs. You know what I'm saying? It's so many bear down songs now. You got DJ Ferris doing the It's Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Partnership with the Bears now, so that's dope to see. Then you got a lot of the guys that I knew were really active in the streets and things like that. Like they're having fun with the bear down. I think I seen one of the most uh, solid individuals that, is known out here in the streets. He even put like, yo, I'm gonna paint my nails, you know what I'm saying? Like Caleb. So it's just to see so much that they are bringing to the city that I was like, you know what? Chicago needs this. Also, I don't know, have y'all seen, it's like a TikTok that they was talking about, like the world, last time the Chicago Bears were good, what it did for the world and how it changed the whole trajectory of the world. Like it was like it was like back in like the last time we had an election where Trump was getting office.
Yeah.
And it was like basically because that team did not do what they were supposed to do and win, it derailed the rest of society. So it's like right
Oh,
now is the time for the team to help us get back on track
speak
with what
speaking
where
of
we're supposed to
derail.
be in the universe.
Speaking
Yeah.
of derail,
You
I
said
have I have a little. This is completely irrelevant, but I think you'll find it interesting. Do you guys know anything about toy trains, the different scales and everything?
No.
uh-uh.
No, not about toy
No.
trains. No.
Okay, okay. So apparently, I have in my possession, I have some HO scale trains right now. So I got hose.
Ah,
HO skills. He said I got hoes. That's funny as
I
shit.
got. Sorry, I had to say it.
You got that one off.
But
and
Nathan,
Nate,
what's your yeah?
speaking of the fanship, have you seen guys go so viral? Like the guy with the cheese grater that snuck it in, and he's just like, bro, like he's on the news, and what he did was something that like we would never think of, right? We're like, oh, we can't take that in there, but this man took it, and it was on a comeback game, like I was telling Etienne, and all of a sudden, like he ran with it, and he's like, he got his 15 minutes of fame.
Of fame. That's what I'm saying. It's doing so much for the city. The cheese graters, the people out there painting their nails. Like, bro, this is the best time to be a Chicago Bears fan. Bear
I don't
down.
get it.
Best
Every
time
time I
since
cut the
since the
cheese, I'm
Super
asked to
Bowl
leave.
shuffle. your cheese not from Wisconsin. That's why. If
That's
you tell
why.
them if you
That
tell
way.
them the cheese from Wisconsin, they'll let you stay.
No, but that
They'll
to be
let
Yeah,
you
honest,
it's
stay.
the whole cheese grater thing without DJ Moore, that wouldn't have had the same effect.
Oh yeah,
Is that
no.
right?
yeah,
Say
yeah, definitely.
say that
So
last part again.
Nathan, what's your point of view of this this game with the Rams? Because to be honest, this is the only one that actually has me worried. Like this Rams game is the
Man,
only one. Huh?
Man, I'm gonna say this. This game between it's gonna be a good game, I think. Honestly, my fair analysis of it is whatever this game was going to be, I think the media and the hoopla around that last shake is going to make it that much more interesting. That being that McVay and all those guys are all from the Shanahan coaching tree.
They're all
I don't know if huh?
they're all connected.
They're all
They're all
connected.
connected.
So,
Yeah.
there's one angle of the handshake where they show Ben all the way from that last play, right? Where he's coaching. He's like, get after their ass. So you can see like his excitement, his hype once they win the game. And then he runs over it's a quick shake and you leave. But from the media perspective and from the other outside, like outside looking in, one camera angle went viral and it made it look like my man just kind of snubbed him, but it didn't
But
help when
he's
he goes
following
in the
through. But
he
he's following.
follows through with the locker room, right? And talking trash, but now you've given what we call bulletin board material to another team to come out here and actually have a legit motive to really want to beat you. And I like that Ben stands on, I said what I said, and my honor got my back. It is what it's very Chicago right now, where it's like, look, I'm gonna be a bully a little bit. It's either you get with our program and we here to stay and we coming to play ball and it is what it is. But I think the elements are going to play a big factor in this game. It is very cold outside this weekend. So the fact
Yeah,
that
I mean, if tomorrow is anything like today, I was telling Etienne that, man, I mean, they're coming from Cali, and to come over here, that's gonna have a lot to do with their plays, and it's gonna have a big factor, man.
Man, see the thing is they probably already have factored in the play calling situation, but here's where a lot of people don't talk about, and I'm gonna give y'all this from an NFL standpoint. When you travel probably a day or two in advance. So your body getting here and hitting the cold, there is no place where the cold sinks in like Chicago. So like them getting here and even having to go outside of the hotel to get food today, when the family gets in town at the team hotel and you gotta go outside to get mom and to make sure mom is walking in safe and that cold hits you. Like it's going to hit them. And psychologically, they got to think about this for 24 hours until they play the game.
Definitely. Yeah.
All tonight. So then you get out there and you get in warm-ups and you gotta go out during the day when it is cold and gloomy and no sun and you coming from LA. Yeah, good luck. Good luck tomorrow. I'm glad we have home field advantage. If we were playing in LA, I would really be worried. But
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's a
right
great
now,
point.
right now I'm playing here in Chicago, and you got a team that Matt has never played out the elements for real, to be honest. Like even when he played in Detroit, it was in a dome, and he's playing out in the dome in LA. So now you about to take my man from being in the dome and throw him outside in the elements. So although he's had a great year, that still is an adjustment. Two, you got people that probably have not seen the East Coast for a minute and have to go out there and play in this game with the snow. And I think today it was 18 degrees and it felt like -3. I'm cool. Receivers not gonna catch the ball the same. Hopefully their running game does what it's supposed to do, but I would take the Bears run defense versus having to shut down that passing offense all day.
Wow. And when you've played in that kind of weather, does it do anything with like your footing? Does it do anything when you have the ball? Does it slip out of the hands? What
Mo
does it do?
Everything hurts. If I gotta be real, catching the ball hurts. Getting hit hurts. So you move
Wow.
like planting your foot in the ground, like to stick, and it hurt. You moving a little gingerly. So the elements play a big factor. There are some tough guys out there, but no matter what, um, as a receiver, your hands, I don't know what they're gonna do to keep the like you can warm up your hands, but as soon as you pull them out and that air hits it, like I said, there's a wind factor here in Chicago. And that adds to it being cold. Being cold off the rip just automatically does something to your body, your fingertips. The first thing that goes when you go outside is your fingertips and your toes. So, as a receiver, you already dead in the water once those freeze up. You feel me? Now you
Wow.
out there trying to body catch. Now you trying to soften the throws. It's not really too many hands catches to where you gripping it. So that takes away an element of the game. Uh, Tom Brady talked about holding the football to where there's like you want to have like a cup around the football throwing it, but then when it gets cold, most quarterbacks end up having a U shape and air under the ball, and now the ball sails and does all those kind of things. Defense, you get more stingers when it's cold outside. So you got a lot of stuff going on. Elements definitely play a big factor.
Correct me if
Well, you
I'm
were
wrong,
actually
but wait, I gotta ask him something real.
go for it.
So
Go for
I
it,
get
Dom.
it that they're used to nice weather and we're used to the abuse, so to say. But realistically, I mean, 10 degrees on anybody is gonna feel the same. So do you think that we actually do have a advantage for just being Midwesterners versus these guys? I mean, do you think like they're gonna need more heating pads than we would, so to say? I mean,
I'll say
yeah, we
this.
all feel pain kind
Um,
of that's what I'm trying to say here.
um, I'll say, yeah, it does make a difference when you are prepared for it. You know what you're getting into, right? When your body is used to like going outside and it being cold. Like right now, I've been around the Midwest for a minute. I could probably run to the store in a hoodie and a beanie in today's weather where it was 18 degrees and be like, all right, I know what I'm getting in myself into and not be phased by walking through that cold. But I got some guys that if they come from San Diego right now or they come from LA, they not walking outside without putting a full coat on. Just because they're like, man, I can't take this weather, bro. Like, this is cold to me.
Yeah.
Where to me, 18 degrees feel better than the -3 that we just had the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
24 degrees feel like a heat wave when it's been 10 degrees for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We had a little
and
chat.
then to players,
Yeah. Wait, I
and
asked
then
one.
to players,
Go on,
huh?
sorry. I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we
No,
had a
I was
little
about to say
chat.
to the
We had a little talk before you entered the chat, and I came to my
okay.
conclusion on this, and it was we were talking about cars in relation to the game. Now, if the Bears were a vehicle and the Rams were a vehicle, what would they be? And I said, before you were here, well, it's pretty obvious the Rams would be a Ram. Oh, like a Dodge Ram. Now, what type of vehicle would the Bears be? And I actually said, this is me being tactical. I was like, oh, well, I guess they would be a Honda with a VTEC engine because they're slow in the beginning. And then when that VTEC kicks in, they're in the top end. And we all know that even the average person at this point knows that Honda is a much better quality than anything Dodge makes. So at least long term.
I
So
like the
what
way
is
your
your
brain work,
opinion,
bro.
man?
Because I
What
never would have thought of that.
if it was
They,
to represent each team? What is your answer? I mean, you could agree with me, or you could have your own take. I want to hear it.
I agree. A Honda, a slow start, and they get going. Let's see what else.
No, but Dom, you were saying earlier that they could be like a Toyota too,
They could
because
be
they're
what?
reliable at the.
Like a Toyota.
Yeah, but Toyotas aren't known for kicking in the top end. Hondas are.
Yep. True that. Yep. That's true.
I'm trying to
Because
think
I
of what
noticed
But
car
I'm a
would it be.
Bears thing. I mean, obviously I'm the least sports oriented guy out of all of us, but even I know, as ignorant as I am, even I know that the Bears tend to actually wrap it up towards the end. Like it's almost to be
Man.
expected.
And you know what? I'm not mad at it. They call it the heart attack Bears, but I'm not mad. I would much rather them win games than to lose games in the
Oh,
end.
absolutely, man. There's no doubt about that one.
So
Dom, but you
I
were saying that if we actually have the advantage, right? And actually, yeah, we do, just because I know that Ben Johnson has been making them work outside.
oh
So
yeah.
I'm on NaPalm, but there's videos and there's photos of actually working them outside. And
Oh
he was
yeah.
saying, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. You got
Yeah,
to.
and he was saying that I feel if the Bears were like, they were kind of complaining about it, but I mean, who wouldn't when it's 10 degrees outside?
Man, listen. I remember when we played in the playoffs around this time, and I played with Indy.
Yeah,
We had an indoor facility, and I think we were getting ready to play the Ravens, and we knew it was about to be cold. Even though we had an indoor facility, we practiced in January, and they would let up all the doors
Huh.
and just let the cold air just rush through the building. And it was like we complained so much, but when you got out there to the real game, it literally didn't matter. Even when we played in the Super Bowl with the Broncos, um, and we played in that New York Super Bowl, that first one against the Seahawks. Uh, that whole entire time, we were the only team that practiced outside. The Broncos did. Everybody else was like practicing inside. The Seahawks was cool. They had like inside, indoor. We was outside in that cold that entire week, bro, and it sucked. And we complained, but once again, we got to the game and it wasn't that bad. So, it sucks, and it's one of those things where it sucks in the moment, and then you get from practice to the game, and you might be. it makes sense that coach wasn't tripping. Now when you lose, that's when you be like, man, coach was tripping the whole time. We ain't had to be outside, but yeah. The Bears got the advantage, I think. The only people that might be okay is like Devontae Adams because he played in Green Bay for a minute.
Okay, you're right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the other thing I was gonna say was that Puka, he's from Utah too, so he's used to that shit too.
Yeah, he used to it, but when you been in LA,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's a different thing, man. Coming from out there.
What's your view on the whole the Matt LaFleur actually like talking out with Sean McVay? How they're teaming up and they're actually talking about what they should do with the Bears. Did you hear about Sean
Yeah, I
McVay?
mean, well,
Matt LaFleur?
most coaches do that anyway, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like most coaches talk like if they ended the game or whatever, like they trade film, they trade a lot of. Well, I don't think. Yeah, I think they still trade film or whatever. So you end up talking anyway. But them being on the same coaching tree, um, I'm sure they want to see each other do well, and why not try to help you beat our rival? You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. Like I understand it, but it just speaks volumes to uh Ben Johnson as a coach to where you got two great coaches having to come together to figure out a game plan to beat you. So I'm not mad at it at all. Get all the help you can, because that boy being a bad boy, I'm trying to tell people,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
being a bad boy.
And what do you
Hey,
think the
He got
stats are of the Bears relocating to Gary, Indiana? Because to be honest with you, man,
0 to none.
I've heard
0
this
to none.
before. I've heard it before, a long time ago, before I had a driver's license.
Man, I
So,
heard it.
so like 50 years ago.
I heard it. I heard it, but after that last game, after that playoff game, them tickets was $500. I think this week it's like $1,000 for the nosebleeds. Nah, they
Wow.
ain't going.
I can't believe it, man. $1,000 in that kind of weather for nosebleeds, man. That's a hot ticket.
You get what I'm saying? They not
Or it's a
going
cold ticket,
nowhere.
actually. But
Huh?
he said it's a hot ticket. I was like, well, it's a cold ticket, actually. But yes, I know.
It is a
Man,
cold ticket.
let me look it up. Let me look up what it is. I think it is $1,000.
No, I believe it. I've heard of people saying that they'd pay that kind of money. The merchandise is falling. It's flying off the shelf. It's a whole craze, man. And we haven't seen this in a while. And when you got back to that crime, that's true, man. When the Bears are playing and you drive in and you're trying to go get a beer run or you're trying to get food, I mean the streets are empty, man. And it's not
Yeah.
just because it's cold. It's just like because you look and the bars are full, the houses are full. You see people all geared up from head to toe with like trays of food. It's a big deal. The more and more the Bears are advancing, it's like the bigger the deal gets, man.
Nah, seriously.
Yeah.
All right, you got section Pro 19, $829. Oh, they can't see.
Oh no, I see it.
That's
Wow.
22,000. Section
That's one of
138.
them. I think that's for something else.
I mean, you gotta have big money if you're paying 22,000 for.
So you got 400 to start. One of the tickets is 420. I love it.
you guys
420.
actually
Is that the green
before we
section?
actually
Yep.
Yo, NaPalm, I want to get your view on this actually. So there was this interview that like I saw recently, right? And the interview was actually lady saying that she was there during like a Ben Johnson like interview, right?
Yep.
And there's our video of her saying what he said when there was no video like around him. So if you want to listen to this real fast,
Yep.
what do you think about this? Well, I'm real
Let me
sick.
listen.
I'm gonna record it or I'm gonna play it here. You can see.
Different circumstances.
Understood. Courtney, you cover the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
You tell us what happens post game here. Like based on the information, based on the knowledge, based on the press conference conversation, what's going to happen post game in this scenario this weekend?
I don't think it's going to be made as big of a between as it is with Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur. You guys will remember the introductory press conference that happened in January of last year, where Ben Johnson said the reason he wanted to stay in the NFC North, Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year, and Dan Campbell. And oh, by the way, enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. What you didn't hear is something that happened in a non camera setting about 30 minutes after that press conference. And Ben Johnson talked about his football journey with us writers. It was not going many places, so I'm surprised that more people haven't heard about this. So he said, it's all three steps I told you about. I was the best in every role as far as I'm concerned. I didn't take any short. Wasn't a former player that was able to accelerate through this. I went on the long road. I went the hard road. I didn't have a famous last name or dad that got me to where I am today. I had to fail at it. I had to work at it. And along the way, somehow I was able to, despite being on the street, having to hit the reset button, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't have a famous last name or a dad that got me to where I am today. We're making a huge deal about Ben Johnson and the Matt LaFleur beef. Who do you think that's directed at? Matt LaFleur's father didn't coach in the NFL. Mike Shanahan hired all of those guys in Washington. To me,
So that's actually what you said. That Mike Shanahan hired all those guys, right?
Yeah.
So Johnson is saying that he didn't get there by someone's help. He got there by working through the system. So what do you
Yep.
think about that? There might be the whole edge that he's got, that grit that he's got on why he's trying to do this, why he's do it the first year that he's there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's interesting because I'm not sure why he has a vendetta against that tree, that coaching tree. I wonder where it's rooted. And hearing that breakdown, she is right. I wonder who that's at because Matt LaFleur doesn't have, you know what I'm saying, a father or a famous last name. That put at least I don't know of it. And the only other coach that has that is Shanahan. So I'm not sure where that comes from, but honestly, I think as Ben got the job, like we talked about even last week, where it was already interesting that you jumped from Detroit to Chicago anyway, because coming from your coaching tree, you basically going up against your guy that
Man,
gave
this is
you an
annoying.
opportunity to
I
be
think
an
I
offensive
think we hung
coordinator
up
in
too
the
hard.
first place. So, not only is he beating Matt 2 times a year, but he's also going up against Dan Campbell 2 times a year too. So I think he just came in with a
Overuse.
chip on his shoulder, and he willing to say whatever and do whatever he need to do to get his guys going, his team going, and his franchise going. And like I said earlier, I'm rocking with them because I think it's the energy Chicago needed. They needed a guy that is basically Chicago. Like he comes in like, yo, I'm a little bit Chicagoans, you kind of got to be a little bit of a bully, out here to take up space. And I think he fits the culture of Chicago where he's a blue collar, hardworking guy, worked his way up, earned his keep. And that's big in Chicago. Like you really got to earn your keep here. Like it's not given to you. So he earned his keep. And then the city has embraced him. And we all know once the city get behind you, like it's up. You start to move a little different. You talk a little different. You feel a little different. Your chip become a little bigger. And then when it's Chicago versus everybody, you don't mind popping your 1-2 a little bit. So I personally think that it's good for the city. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm one that I'm not normally for the talk. Like I'm normally for like, yo, go out, shake somebody's hand, do it the right way, beat somebody butt, show up and do it again. That to me, that's pure dominance. When I can be quiet and humble and just beat you down every time that I see you. So that's what I normally go for. But for what the city, like I said, what is done for the city, the fans, the culture, the community, and even just the whole Midwest in general. I'm here for whatever he bringing to the table. And I think this is the start of a beautiful rivalry becoming what it used to be back in the day. So,
Oh yeah, I agree with that, man. 100%.
Yeah,
how y'all feel about it?
huh?
How y'all feeling about it?
Oh man, to be honest, dude, I missed this because I remember watching the old Bears like in the early '90s. You know, we still sort of sucked. Didn't really suck when Urlacher was there. Were decent. Then kind of sucked again. Then Jay Cutler came in. Then we had a little bit of hope, right? So that
Yeah.
wave I was riding was just up and down, up and down, down. But whenever we faced uh Packers, dude, I mean that was just like a letdown until Jay Cutler beat him maybe twice.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy to see the NFL back here with the Bears because to be honest, I kind of felt like we fell off. Um,
Yeah.
and now with Williams, now with basically all these rookies that just got this last year, Manon guy, Loveland, like who the hell were they? People were laughing at um people were laughing at polls when he picked Loveland and when
Oh
he
Yeah.
yeah.
picked Monungai. But now
Oh yeah.
everyone's talking, oh, now Monungai's this, Monungai's this, Loveland is this. He's like the main guy. He's like the number one receiver now. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, to be honest, we're deep, we're young, and it looks like we have a few years ahead of
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, man.
good football. But at the same time, it's kind of scary because now my hopes are here to where before
Oh, yeah,
they were
yeah,
down
yeah,
here, and I was like, they won. I was like, okay, they won. But now I expect them to win. So
yeah, yeah.
now for me, it's gonna be worse when they lose. But but to be honest, I'm happy, man.
I
Yeah,
hear
that,
that.
that that's that roller coaster of emotions watching the Bears where it's like, okay, and then you see the third quarter, then you see the fourth, and it's kind of like, wow, and it's like the time just goes by quick. It's all of a sudden you're like, wow, it's 2 minutes in, and that's where you just start getting the anxiety where you're not coming in with a nice little lead, when you're kind of just you tied it, and then it's really, really, really hard to watch, man.
Right. Hey
No,
Dom, what do
dead
you
ass.
think? As somebody who's not really like an NFL fan, you're dealing with it because you also live in the city. You you hear all the people because you're driving Uber, so you see all the fans like in your back seat. What do you feel about it?
You know what?
Dom,
Apparently, my point of view is that it gives something for everyone to be excited about that's a Chicago native, or even people that aren't natives that live in the city now. And I mean, I guess it's kind of like what you would call being a fair weather fan. You are seeing obviously a lot more people caring now that weren't obviously watching earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And that's the case with everything, and that's nothing new. I mean, that was with the Cubs, the White Sox in 2005. I'm kind of guilty of that kind of. I am guilty of that. I will admit, but I'm a Chicago native. I did watch the Sox win live in 2005, even though I'm not a baseball fan. It was something to be excited about, something new, and I mean, something new to me. But for everybody that's been a Bears fan since the first game of this season, or maybe it was the first time people had ever watched this season, especially younger people. Um, it's great. I mean, I'm glad there's something that we can be on the map for that I would see as a positive thing rather than others liking to highlight the violence, which is, as we know, has been hyped up and a bit dramatic, especially upon research that I've done found out recently that like the worst that it's ever been was like 1992. Like, and as far as like per capita and everything, and then what was mentioned earlier was that what crime's actually down during the game because people are watching and stuff, or maybe that's the
Mhm.
reason. I don't know.
Definitely, man.
So I see it as a very good thing, but for the city. and it's something we can all be excited about because I know we all get divided on quite a bit. But when the team is all together, it's all Chicago team. This isn't Cubs versus Sox. This is all Chicago and
Yep.
Chicagoland. And Chicagoland, which in my opinion doesn't exist. Last time I sent anything in the mail, I couldn't write Chicagoland, Illinois on the address. But
That part.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
so
And you're right. I mean, there was a big gap from the 1980s of where you start seeing this until now. I mean, that's a big gap. You know, where like the young guys, they don't really remember the 80s. I barely remember the 80s, and then I do remember 90s and 2000s. But the people that are still around that remembered from the 80s and all that, I mean, it's bringing everything back, and you see it. You know.
right.
That's real. I think that's the most important part is that it's bringing back that feel from the 80s.
Right. And I do remember that with the Bulls, back in the 90s. Now I'm starting to sound old there, but when the Bulls were winning, the city was in a better mood. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like the Bears are having the same effect. In my opinion, I think the Bulls had a stronger effect on the city than the Bears because I guess we all had some more kind of colorful characters, Rodman, Pittman, Jordan, Kukoc, all those
Yep.
guys. And maybe they were a bit more in the spotlight than the Bears players. I do not know what I'm talking about with Bears players though. So maybe someone is as popular as Rodman was or Jordan that's on the Bears team. I don't know, but as far as I know, we have the coolest basketball team in the entire world, and the Bears are a great team right now. But as far as like having the same fan base that the Bulls did, in I don't know, 91 through 98. I don't know if it's matched, but it's the closest comparison I think that we have in the past 20 years, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think it's hard to compare player for player just because basketball back then was such a different time. And I think space for athletes, like you mentioned Rodman, the equivalent like what Rodman did back in those days, is the
Eh,
equivalent of what I think Caleb is doing with his nails.
Williams with his nail.
You know what I'm saying? So him painting his nails is like Rodman dyeing his hair back in the day. So uh it's like it is kind of similar, but it's not. The only thing I say is the difference is that we're not talking about a Caleb Williams in the aspects of Michael Jordan, where by the time Jordan became what Jordan was to the city, he had been through multiple failed seasons. Um, to where his winning came as a earned respect around the league. He earned it once he got there, and then he didn't stop once he got there, right? Um, What I'm interested in seeing is this is a lot very fast for Caleb and for Ben. So how does this look when everyone knows about you? Again, like it's cool when you are like creeping on the radar because we didn't expect you to be the team that came out of that conference, right? We were preparing ourselves for Dan Campbell and we were preparing ourselves for maybe Jordan Love, right? Um, we weren't expecting Ben Johnson and Caleb to be a factor so fast. And now that you guys are, one of my friends I put up the other day, I was wrong about Caleb. And I had a couple of my guys that hit me up like, man, he the Jordan. He the new Jordan. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like I was wrong about him, but let's pump our brakes a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
comparing a man with 6 rings to a man who got one playoff win. Like, let's calm it down a little bit. You feel me?
No, but I
Um,
know what they mean though. Just the feeling of how how he never says he's done.
oh
Like
yeah, nah,
there's plenty
he's
time
not done.
there's plenty times where he could have been, you know what, I'm up by 20. Shit, I can't come back, right?
And,
That's the same feeling
and
that every
I also think that it's the same feeling as MJ, but I also think that that's more so Ben
oh
having
Ben.
that team prepared. Yeah, having that team prepared for those kind of games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, And I think that what we're seeing is a very prepared Bears team. They know situational football where the difference between the year before and this year was we made some bonehead mistakes. People were not locked in situational football. And I think that what you're seeing is Ben came in with that in mind to correct, and they got corrected. And now you're seeing the results of what was a young team last year, learning from a guy who came in with credibility from winning with his team. And then now he also brought in a culture that's not uh unbeknownst uh to the Midwest already, to being seen. They already know what his culture is about because they played it 2 times a year. So they know what he brought to the table. And I think that he walked in with respect, unlike most coaches that enter a situation. And now you're seeing that energy. I don't think it's really just Caleb. You know what I'm saying? And I love Caleb, and I'm wrong about Caleb, but I don't. When you really look at some things, like, and I hate to be this guy, but I'm gonna do it. But like the great quarterbacks don't miss layup, and Caleb right now still misses layups. Now he has end of the game magic, and he has made some great throws, but there are also some throws where it's like, look, bro, if you want to be considered the Brady's, the Mannings, the Mahomes, those kind of guys, they not missing layups.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
true.
mean? So I think that it's really not him. It's more so Ben having those guys ready for, hey, if we're in a dogfight and we got the ball the last 4 minutes, how are we handling it? If we're in a dogfight and we have the ball the last 2 minutes, how are we handling it? Hey, we only have 40 seconds to score. This is our operation. Hey, if we're down by a touchdown or we're down by less than 6 points and we need to get a field goal, or we need to get, like, they're going through all these situations. And I think that we're seeing the results of that more so than it just being a player carrying us. Back in the day, Jordan carried that team and you knew it. I don't think
Yeah. Oh
Caleb there
yeah.
yet. I don't think
Yeah.
Caleb's there yet.
Yeah. Jordan definitely. It was kind of like just give the ball to Jordan. I mean, just like you said before, he's like, hey, just give him the ball. I mean,
Give him
that's
the
it.
ball. It was as long as he got the ball, but I do get what y'all saying. The feeling is, as long as he got the ball, we good. I don't know if I feel that way yet. Like, I'm
But
cool
this
with
is
Caleb. We
yeah,
got a chance, but I don't know if I feel personally like, all right, if we got the ball at the end of the game, Caleb gonna pull it out. Now, I like I said, and this is me going against what I said earlier. It's hard to go against a guy who won 7 in a row doing the same thing at the end of the game. So I'm not mad,
right,
but
right. No,
but I'm
but
also not sold.
if you think about this is how lucky we were being like in the 90s. Just imagine the feeling that we're having right now, Caleb watching Ben Johnson, watching the whole team win. Just imagine what we were kind of watching back
Yeah,
in the 90s with the Bulls. Like, I was little, so like I was watching them, but I didn't really know how like amazing it was until it was probably like 1996, 95, like 95, 90, or no, 96, 97. Because the first half, the first three, I was too young to really know what was really happening.
yeah,
The last, like from 96, 97, 98, those were the ones that really got me like hooked, right? But
yeah.
but if you think about it, like that's how lucky we were back then, and we didn't really know it. Right now, we're barely winning it, like in football, and barely winning our division, and the whole city's going going. Now,
Going nuts.
just imagine if they win the Super Bowl. What happens to Chicago? Our cars going to
I'm gonna
be
tell you right now.
Are cars
Wow.
over? Are there gonna be fires? Are there gonna
I'm
be busted windows?
honestly, I don't think it'll be that. I mean, you probably gonna get that in any city. Like, you can get that in Denver. Um, but I'll say this: it'll be the best thing for the city.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
as a person who has played in a Super Bowl that, well, put this way, I played in cities that have not gone to the playoffs, and you can, what's up? and you can feel the difference in the city. But then I've also played in an environment where we've gone to a Super Bowl. Just going to the Super Bowl did a lot for businesses, did a lot for the community. Um, and as a player, walking around that environment, it does a lot for you. It does like it. I don't even know how to explain it, but you just feel it within the once you go outside. Everybody's saying what's up. You got restaurants really booming again. You got people outside. The
Yeah.
bars will be jumping. Oh, this being a bar city, oh
Mhm.
man, don't let us win the Super Bowl. It is going to be so much fun out in Chicago. I think
Yeah, but
Chicago feel like New York for a little bit.
that's good for Dom.
Um,
Get a shitload of business off. Right,
Yeah,
Dom?
yeah. A lot of business.
No, for real. It'd be a lot of business. And then you got people that want to come here and be a part of that energy and experience it. And this is already a city that is already booming. And if I be honest, it carries over to everything else. Um, I've always been a stickler on if your football program is good, and that's whether it like this is all levels, high school to college to the pros. If your football program is good, it does wonders for your city. It does wonders for your schools. It does wonders for everything. So, um, having the team look at what it's done for the team making the playoffs, and then look at how it's already accelerated with us getting one playoff victory, right? And then imagine what it's like if they actually pull this off tomorrow and beat the Rams, and now we're going to a semifinal, right?
Oh
And
man,
right, a
I
conference
get
championship,
goosebumps. I get goosebumps just thinking about that.
right?
Uh,
And go ahead, my bad.
because if you really think about it, it's one thing where you're like, oh man, it was a close game. Oh man, it's a close game. And then you really, let's say tomorrow, like you said, wow, like convincingly, like now you're looking defense on point. The passes were there. Could this be like, are they fixing the mechanics to just go against the next rival? And now, wait, you saw them again, and that's the sports analysts that they do everything from beginning to end. Did you see the difference? Did you see the difference? Did you see the way that they changed this? Did you see the way? And then now you're like, oh crap! It's like a momentum. We're like, man, we're ready. Like, look at the changes, and now we're the sky's the limit. Like, we can do this.
And that's the Ben Johnson effect. We can do this. Where other guys said it and we was like, we not sold. But Ben walked in and was like, no, you know what? We really could do this. Caleb playing better, the whole team playing better. Still got a long ways to go. But then when you break down the technical things, the little things, it's like, oh wait, we're cleaning things up, we're making adjustments, things are
Mm.
getting better. I think we got a chance.
Yeah, definitely, man. And the other thing is kind of like I was telling Etienne that it's like baseball, right? Like the hot teams start off in the summer and they're hot, but then now it's kind of over. And then the ones that weren't hot, and that's what baseball is, the ones that weren't really hot come back hot in October where all the guys are already down for the count. And now like there's this new freaking just energy of like the Bears and they keep capitalizing on it and they keep on like themselves like they just have this city, like you said, behind them where they're out there like making plays, like defending, like it does feed into them, man, and
It
that's
do
a
a
good
lot.
thing.
It do a lot, man. And I'm excited because tomorrow gonna be a one game that I'm very excited to see. I hope it don't end up like this San Francisco and Seattle game because that was a disaster.
Oh, but there's one thing actually, Nathan. Did you watch Denver game?
I
No.
did. Now
So,
crazy
uh,
part, I was in the studio, so I missed the last overtime period.
okay, then
And
ask you that if you saw the last run that Bo Nix actually got him back in the game, and then they had the overtime.
yep, I saw that to get in the overtime. I saw
Uh,
Prater hit the winning field goal to get in the overtime
okay,
to tie it up, and that was dope because to me, that was like a full circle moment for him because I was around when he got cut from the Broncos for I don't even know if people know that part, but he got cut for some behind the scenes stuff.
cool.
And
So they actually mentioned that live though. That
Did
that
they?
yeah, they mentioned it now that he got cut, but that his career was done, and he was like somewhere doing like a regular job, and then he got So they did kind of mention
Yep.
that.
Yep. So that was dope. But they've reported that Bo Nix broke his ankle.
Nah. For
Oh
real?
crap! I didn't see that.
Y'all haven't seen that yet? Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Because he was
they
walking
reported that
fine.
on that play that you're talking about, the second to the last play in overtime, Bo fractured his ankle and is having surgery on Tuesday and is in the
Oh
season.
wow.
So there go their whole chance right there.
Wow.
Oh man.
Well,
They
Wow.
that
done.
was the next question
So
was
like
that.
literally things are lining up for the Bears to win, y'all.
Wow. Wow.
But,
Wow.
but that was my next question was that they're kind of like the Bears. To be honest, Denver's kind of like the Bears, where with the Bo Nix was the same year as Williams, right? Draft same year.
Yeah,
Uh,
they similar,
Bo Nix
but
has how many comeback wins? Also, like 7 or 8 as well.
here's the difference.
Mm.
I'll say this. I think that the Broncos cannot win without Bo Nix being their quarterback. It takes a special quarterback to play for Peyton, I think. And Bo Nix looks to me like what Drew Brees was for Peyton, right? And the Bears, and I know this is going to be a crazy take, y'all, so I'm going to lean
Yeah.
in when I say this, okay? I think we could win without Caleb as long as we got Ben, but that's just me. That's just me. I feel like we could take my man that was a backup that we paid $10 million to keep, and we would still win a playoff game with him. What's his name? Baggett? Is it Baggett?
Badgett. Yeah,
Badgett. Yeah,
Tyson Badgett.
Badgett.
To be
Yes.
honest, I think he's actually decent too. Tyson Badgett.
I'm gonna be real with you. I
Better?
think they're interchangeable. Like if he was the starter and he started, you would see the same progression that you seeing with Caleb. I
There
think
was
that is
a
the Ben Johnson effect.
there was the most recent like interview with Badgett that he was actually kind of like upset the fact that he hasn't gotten one game, and he was like, "But you know
Yes.
what? That's fine. Like I know I'm number 2. I'm just there just in case something." But you can see like in his face, like, you can see he's
He
actually
still
really
on
sweat.
it. He want to play.
Oh yeah, he wants.
Listen, I said it a while ago. I said it speaks volumes when they paying you $10 million knowing that they got a franchise guy in front of you. They got
Right.
a first overall draft pick in front of you. And before the season started, they gave you 10 M's just to come, hey, just in case.
We're trying
So
to lock him.
it says volumes. It speaks
Right.
volumes.
Hey, but NaPalm, let us know which social medias are so that when this is up after later on that I can link him up to the video and what are they so that we can follow you on those.
Man, socials is at Real Napalm, RealNapalm, as in Mary. And it's everywhere. So Twitter, TikTok, I mean not Twitter, but TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Real Napalm on all of them. So and y'all can find me on Unqualified Professionals because it's a couple episodes I did with my dogs.
That's what
So
I'm talking
if you
about.
can't find me, just
Oh,
find me on their page because I'm all
That's
over through
right.
that thing, baby.
That's right.
yeah. But thanks again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The fact that we have like an from the NFL because when we're watching it, I mean, we're not like for me, I'm just seeing things and I'm going through all the ups and downs and the hills and the mountains of like being a fan. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, if you could have done this. I'm over here coaching from like front of my
Yeah.
TV for 4th down. But then I'm like, oh, that's why, because he can do it. But
Yeah.
Yep.
so
Yeah.
thanks again.
I'm over here saying, man, I could have caught that. No.
Yeah. But yeah, to be honest, like you were saying that he misses layups. I'm over here saying, damn it, that 1 yard. How the hell did you miss that pass? Like, what the hell?
It be
Well, then he
like that.
throws
It really be like that.
50-yard bomb.
Because that dude is different. He's
Yeah.
different, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a confidence thing. It's been, like I'm saying, and overall, I think the city behind them, and once you get that and you lock in and you're comfortable with yourself, um, I think the sky is the limit for this team. And now they know that they can go get the pieces because they found a guy that can win. So
Yeah.
that at the end of the day, that is the most important thing is that they now know they have a coach and they have a franchise quarterback that they can go and build around and keep pieces around and see how far they can take this thing. So
The Bears pull it off tomorrow, it changes just the whole thing. If the Bears win tomorrow, it's like a whole new level of game now. It's literally tomorrow's victory. It everything going forward we're already talking to that level, man. Like
man,
straight up.
listen, they said the whole atmosphere will shift.
Now, hey,
The whole reset
before I
of
go,
the
because
universe
my phone's
will shift.
cutting out because it keeps overheating. What do you predict the victory is going to be tomorrow? You predicted 4 points last time. What do you predict? We got to hear it now, one day ahead of time.
Oh, let's see. Last time it was 4 points. I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a 30. I'm saying around 30. I'm giving them 31 points again. That's the sweet spot. This time
Wow.
I think it's gonna be a 10-point game. I don't think it's gonna be as close as people think.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be as close. I think the weather is gonna play a factor in it.
Yeah.
But
Play
I
a
think
fact.
they are going. I think the defense is also going. I think the defense is going to rise to the occasion. We're gonna get some turnover, big plays. I'm gonna go 31-21.
Wow.
Bear that.
Okay.
Wow. That sounds
If that
great.
happens, the
I'm
world's
going to
gonna
say
be
goodbye
on fire.
before my phone cancels me again. So I just want to say thanks
Yeah, no
My
problem.
to
man.
everybody. NaPalm, thanks for being back. It's great. Always a pleasure. And I'll be paying attention
Always,
tomorrow.
brother.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
All right, thank you,
10
Dom.
Peace, dog.
points. 10
All
points.
right. All right.
All right, bet.
All right. You guys take care.
All right, take care, Dom. All right, have a good night. No, man, but yeah, that's like if that happens, I'm shocked you even said that. To be honest.
Oh yeah, man. Man, y'all was shocked I said 4-point win too.
I mean, yeah, man. I when I saw the score and I was telling E, I'm like, damn. I'm like, that was almost to the point. That was
Almost.
crazy. That was
Almost.
crazy.
Man, most games that come that are the wild card games, those games, they end very close. Like if you look at the history of it, they end it's a close game because it really boils down to the end of the games. And then you have teams that are the next that next game, you got injuries, you got a lot of things that happen. So you end up getting a different game than what you normally get. And then that last game ends up being either a blowout or a close game. So I think tomorrow is going to be the elements and then injuries factoring in. It's cold. You got people that are used to running and going to go get it in the gear, and then you get out here and them hamstrings get a little tight. So I think it's going to be a good game, but I think that you will see the Bears solidify that they are real, and
Wow.
it's gonna make a lot of hype going into a conference game. And I think you're gonna see the city on fire.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Especially with that, man. Like straight up. I mean, there is no doubt whatsoever of a victory for tomorrow. You could forget about it. Like it is like freaking like you'll see fans like straight up like already welcoming that championship, man. Like already, because it's to that point where now they're saying, wow, like they put the freaking motion in this. Like they're a bulldozer now. And now they're gonna go after it.
Man, look, my final thought before we gotta hop off.
Yeah.
I would say this. It would be wise of everybody to secure or put down a down payment on getting a crib on a spot out there in San Francisco before tomorrow. Because if
Oh,
they win tomorrow, all the prices in San Francisco go.
way up.
They go
Yup.
way up. So
Wow.
we ended up getting our Airbnb for less than $1,000, bro.
Oh, yep,
Just
yep, yep.
just because of the last couple weeks. And I told all the homies, I was like, bro, just get the Airbnb. and
Uh-huh.
business play for some homies. You rent it out. You could also rent it out to somebody else
Uh-huh.
Oh man, that's a good tip.
if
That's a
you
good
end up
tip.
not going.
But that's a good tip. But thanks again, NaPalm. Thanks again.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, man.
for
Thank you.
making-
Man, hey, we're gonna have to do the post game after tomorrow.
100%, man.
I'm down.
100%.
I'm down.
After we get
I'm
this
down.
victory, we're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
All
He's
right,
gonna be like,
man.
I told you so. He's gonna be starting to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna have to get that. But man, it's been real, man. I love
right.
y'all boys.
All right,
All right.
man.
Thank you.
All right,
Talk to you
y'all.
later.
All
All
right.
right, bye.